Now, former India Test captain, dashing opener Virender Sehwag, the Nawab of Najafgarh, also called the Sultan of Multan. Now, he's retired from all forms of international cricket. Sehwag ended the spectacular innings of his life as a cricketer. He ended the speculation over his retirement by announcing it formally on Twitter. After opting to join the Masters League, the Sultan of Multan said he will not feature in the Indian Premier League. Sehwag last played for India in 2013 in a test against Australia at Hyderabad. A veteran of 104 tests and 251 one-day internationals, he made his international debut in 1999 against Pakistan. Sehwag will be remembered as one of the most explosive openers for India. The Nawab of Najafgarh is the only Indian to score a triple hundred, and that too on two different occasions. One against Pakistan in Multan at 2003-2004, the second against South Africa in Chennai in 2007-8. In his official statement, Sehwag said that he would like to thank everyone for his cricketing career and advice, and apologizes for not making most of it. I had a reason for not following it. I did it my way, he said. Viru also played a crucial role in helping India lift the 2007 World T20 in South Africa and of course the 2011 Cricket World Cup at home. Sehwag was also the second batsman in the world to score a double century in ODIs. Boria Majumdar now joins me for more on this. Boria has been chronicling rise and movements of several cricketers, including Virender Sehwag. Boria, how would you look at the career of the Nawab of Najafgarh?
One of India's single biggest match winners in batting, Gaurav. There is no doubt about it. And I keep in mind Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Saurav Ganguly, and many others when I say Virender Sehwag at the top of the order redefined the art of test match batsmanship. You know, what several innings come to mind that you can open and can dominate in the manner that Virender Sehwag did is absolutely astounding. And the kind of impact Virender Sehwag had on international cricket is just phenomenal. I mean, one of the greatest blokes you can come across, simple talker, straight talker. I remember an interview that I had done with him, and I said, Dale Steyn will bowl to you at 150 Ks. And he stopped me midway and said, Dada, ball hai. Wo jitna jor mein dalega, main utna jor mein marunga. You know, nobody, yep. I don't think anybody can say like the way Virender Sehwag did, and he followed it up with action. Think about the 195 that he scored in Melbourne and then gets out to, to a rank long hop, trying to hit it for 6. Think about the triple hundred in Multan, he got it to with a 6. Think of the 293 at the Wankhede against Sri Lanka. In one day he got 284, he was 284 not out. Virender Sehwag has completely redefined the art of test match batsmanship, and that's how I will remember. Yes, he has not done justice to his one-day career, but doesn't matter. That 175 against Bangladesh in the first match of the 2011 World Cup set the tone for India after the debacle in 2007. A salute to one of the greatest cricketers that India has produced.
Oh, absolutely. And that one-liner which is now world famous, see ball, hit ball, that was his only strategy that he followed, Boria.
Gaurav, another anecdote comes to mind. Shoaib Akhtar was constantly sledging him in Pakistan during that Multan innings, and he was constantly doing it. At one point, Virender Sehwag stopped and called Shoaib Akhtar. Shoaib was basically telling him, Are maar. So he stopped him midway and he called Shoaib Akhtar to himself and said, Ball dal raha hai ki bheek mang raha hai? You know, that's Virender Sehwag for you. He was just incredible. In Australia, against the Australians, he was top-notch. He scored, 100 in Adelaide. He was instrumental in that series. That India's comeback in that Monkey Gate series, in that first test match when he made a comeback. He didn't score many, but the way he dominated the Australian attack, then the way he dominated world attacks across the world is simply unbelievable. Virender Sehwag will never be born again in any cricket country. I mean, the 201 against Ajanta Mendes and Muthaiya Muralidharan in top form in Sri Lanka in goal. Think about that innings. We can keep going on and on.
And absolutely, and Shivani, for someone, Shivani Gupta, my colleague, also joins me for more on this. Shivani, for someone who actually started as a middle order batsman to then suddenly take over as opener because Saurav Ganguly said so and performed so spectacularly there.
Absolutely. He has been the best opener that world test cricket has seen. His contribution to the longer version, in fact, Gaurav, is far superior than anything else because he completely changed the way openers batted in test cricket. He revolutionized test batting, and he believed in his own grammar of batting that you were discussing with Boria as well. He was not like a lot of others who focused a lot on technique and who fussed about technique. He had a simple game. His USP was his hand-eye coordination, and that's what took him to such great heights. And actually, it is the hand-eye coordination, that was his downfall as well. When that went, his batting was never the same. He tried, with his eye operation, with wearing specs, but with age, once that left, Sehwag could not really perform at the same level. But what a gifted player Virender Sehwag was, and what impact he had on global cricket. If there was one batsman that was most feared from India because he could completely bludgeon you, he could take the game away from you in a matter of deliveries, and who played absolutely fearless cricket, then that was Virender Sehwag. And then when you club the fact that that batsman is batting at the top of the order, then that makes him even that much more dangerous, Gaurav.
Robin Singh also joins me on the phone line. Robin, when you look at Sehwag's career, what was the conversation like? What was it being like playing when there is a Virender Sehwag in the team?
I think, we had a lot of conversations. Viru's, we sort of discussed, how we attack the bowlers, and he said, look, I look to dominate. And I remember very clearly we had a conversation where he said that, he likes to dictate. If he gets a 4 in an over, he likes to hit 2 fours or 3 fours. He's not satisfied with just one boundary. He feels if he can take the bowler apart and get the upper hand, I think he's won the battle. So that's the way he thought. I think that's his personality. I think he plays cricket very, very unselfishly. And I don't think he ever played for records, but he was a sort of batsman who actually created a lot of records because of the speed at which he used to score his runs. Not many guys were capable of doing that. And importantly, I think he revolutionized batting. Most people thought Test cricket was, you should play in a particular way. And 3 runs in over, 4 runs in over. I think the way Sehwag played, it was more like a one-day style, right? Which actually allowed him to score quicker than anybody else.
Oh, absolutely. When you look at the scores, 309 versus Pakistan in Multan, 319 versus South Africa in Chennai. Boria, as Robin Singh was saying, he used to play Test cricket, perhaps, if not, T20, like one-day internationals, going for the kill from the first ball.
Gaurav, forget the number of runs. Think of the kind of matches he has won you. That's how you will remember a cricketer. India chased down 387 in Chennai straight after 26-11. It was Virender Sehwag's 82 of 47-odd balls in that 4th afternoon that set the tone. That's how you win cricket matches. The kind of impact Virender Sehwag had at the top of the order. And this Sachin Tendulkar says, when Virender Sehwag is in action, you watch. It's Sachin Tendulkar saying this about, he doesn't want to compete with Virender Sehwag when on song. That's Virender Sehwag for you. Of course, he scored many triple hundreds, but to take opposition apart is a sheer skill that after Viv Richards, this world had never seen. And Virender Sehwag was able to do that for a long, long period of time in Test match cricket. The first innings in Port Elizabeth, coming in the middle order, Sachin asked him, do you have butterflies in your tummy? He said, yes. That's not bad. And he went on to score 105 runs against South Africa in a hostile pitch. That's Virender Sehwag. People said he did not have technique. 2 hoots to technique. When you can score 23-odd hundreds and can keep scoring at 50 runs an innings in international cricket. For me, the kind of impact Sehwag had at the top of the order, the way he decimated bowling attacks, the way he shaped India's innings, the way he lifted India to the #1 position in Test match cricket. If Anil Kumble is the biggest match winner with the ball, Virender Sehwag will go down in history as the biggest match winner with the bat. And I keep saying this, keeping in mind the greatest batsman that India has produced.
Robin, if something isn't broke, you shouldn't try to fix it. And every time an effort was made to set Virender Sehwag's batting technique right, it somehow didn't function. He was just so good. Naturally, styles wouldn't come to him.
Yeah, that's right. And I think I would like to compare him with the great Sir Virender Sehwag. I mean, even if you talk to someone like Viv, he would say the same thing. It was all about sheer dominance. It really didn't matter so much about technique. I think at the end of the day, the bottom line was to score runs and take the bowling apart. And unfortunately in India, we tend to think a lot of technique. That has been the focus in the past in India. I think those days are gone. Technique is one thing, but it doesn't really win you too many matches. I think at the end of the day, you can save matches with technique. But I think only when you score runs or you take wickets, as the bowler just mentioned, is only when you can win matches.
How will he be best remembered as the big test winner, the big ODI winner, or the man with the most positive attitude, Boria? Even if the chips are down, he would try and perform.
As the man who enjoyed his cricket, Gaurav, nothing more than that. I mean, test match cricket, yes. I don't think he performed to his potential in one-day international cricket. I think in test match cricket, he's the best Indian batsman as an opener after Sunil Gavaskar. I think he revolutionized test match batsmanship for all times. Wisden wrote about Virender Sehwag that he's revolutionized test match batsmanship as an opener. He will forever go down in history as one who has won India many more matches than anybody else. The pace at which he scored runs set it up for the bowlers. If Mr. Gavaskar saved matches, Sehwag won your matches. And that's the biggest compliment coming for Virender Sehwag, because India has not won many test matches overseas.
Yes.
Under this regime, between 2000 and 2010, when Viru was at his best, you dominated world cricket. In Australia, in Sri Lanka, in Pakistan, in England, in all parts of the world. And that's the biggest testimony to Virender Sehwag's credibility and talent.
Okay. Also, Shivani, what next? The Masters Champion League 2020, is that his future now?
That's right. As I mentioned earlier as well, Gaurav, interestingly, he's also quit the Indian Premier League. We see a lot of international cricketers, when they retire from international cricket, they continue to play the IPL. But he has retired from the IPL as well. There was criticism for him over the last 2 seasons. His team, Delhi, has repeatedly not done well. Of course, he's played for other teams as well. But,
yes,
it was his batting prowess was on the wane. But he will feature in the Masters Champions League, which features the likes of Brian Lara, Graham Smith, etc. So we will see him in action, but perhaps never the way that we saw him in Test cricket. Absolutely agree with both our experts there. It's really his knocks in Test cricket that gave you ultimate joy. You watch sport, you watch cricket to feel joy, and that is what Virender Sehwag gave you, perhaps more than many cricketers that we have seen, because he was fearless. That's what you remember about him, the domination that Robin Singh talked about. That's what he wanted to do, and sometimes you felt frustrated with him as well, because he would give up his wicket if he just batted normally, just saw the balls a little bit.
And
he
that
could
is
actually play a lot more longer.
Exactly what happened, Shivani, a rather unceremonious exit from the world of cricket.